we're going to look at device drivers. In addition to the MIDI keyboard and the PV-PC1600, we also have the mouse drivers here. So what we have are the ability to turn on and off individual components to drive parts of our capture. The first is the X and Y value. Now I just want to use the rotation here in Z. So as my mouse goes up and down in Y, I want to rotate this. So what I'm going to do is I don't need the X, I'm just going to use the Y for now, and I want to have it drive, instead of the position in Y, I want it to drive the Kinney Local Ori Euler, and it's going to be in Z. So I'm going to go Control C and just take on the right one, Control V. There we go. And we are currently driving it. We can, as you see, turn none at the moment, or command, or a special, which is actually timing controls. So currently the left mouse button is at none. Now the start and stop capture is good enough for the middle and right, but what I also want to do is just deactivate this when I stop the capture. So I'm going to go in here and switch to a command, but I don't know the name of the command. Inside the Explorer, going underneath here and the application logic commands, one of many ways to get to it, I'm going to go down to disable. So in the devices, disable all devices, that's what I'm looking for. So I go into here, disable all devices, that's how it's written. So I'm going to go in here and do devices, like so. The offset and the scale are pretty important to be able to look at. So when I enable this, actually I go to select here, notice I have this audio. I just play back this real time. That's what I want to use as the basis for knocking out some quick animation. So when I enable this, you notice I've got very little play in here, because I just left click and disable this. I need to add the offset. This is how much, it's only 5 degrees now. If it was in position it would be 5 units. So I need it to offset by, say, minus 35. Let's try that. So there we go, that's a bit better, but perhaps I need it to be a little more violent in the movement. So go in here and make it, instead of minus 10 in the scale, do minus 30. So now that's getting better, perhaps a little bit more. Minus 50. There we go. Maybe I can also do this. Instead of 35, increase this slightly. There we go. Oh no, that's way too much. Drop it down to say minus 30. So just playing around here, I'm starting to interact it there. That's pretty much what I want. There we go. So what I'm going to do is use the middle and right mouse buttons to start this. So inside here, just to check, in device drivers I can start the capture. But if I have a look at it, if I with the left click, remember I'm disabling this. So with it enabled, enable all devices, there we go. I'm now ready to start. So I was playing it back. Now I'm going to switch it back to real time. So inside my function curve editor now, I can see here what this also done. It doesn't actually do it per frame, it's actually on the mouse up. So there was still a lot of recording here, but I've got a nice spline interpolated, a very good way of starting a particular type of animation. Inside the device drivers themselves, I can save this as a preset, and I can add as many of these as I like. I can also switch now and say do the input in Z, say, or something like that, and that will add to it rather than go over the current animation.